beautiful practice. But we're going to be making some very simple enhancements to the grass waterway, adding in a couple of water control structures and another underground structure known as a water gate. And that helps us to control the water table underneath the grass waterway. And so what that allows to do is enhance the denitrification that is happening in the grass waterway. So now, instead of just being a traditional erosion practice, we're also adding denitrification to that practice as well. So if you're familiar with the saturated buffer, Jim has one of those here as well, he mentioned it. We're basically going to treat that grass waterway like a saturated buffer. So just a really great practice. If we can kind of utilize those existing grass waterways and kind of maximize that, we're really going to get a lot of water quality savings. Yeah.
How does the nitrogen get removed?
It's through microbial denitrification. So, yep, just a natural biologic process that occurs in more organic soils.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So we're also going to be installing some additional water monitoring equipment. I'm going to pass it over to Aaron here. But before I do that, I just want to say really quickly, how many folks here today are farmers? Just raise your hand if you're a farmer. Really want to say thank you to you all for being here today. City of Cedar Rapids, we are not too far away from our Northwest Water Treatment Plant. So as Jim was saying, we really, really appreciate what farmers are doing here. It really means a lot. The community of Cedar Rapids and other municipalities throughout the area, having these kinds of relationships and partnerships with farmers are really so powerful. And we just really want to find more ways where we can team up and work together for those common goals of water quality. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Erin to talk about another part of our project.
Thank you very much. And thanks, again, thanks Jim for having us all out here. So part of the monitoring for the structure that Mary Beth was talking about, we're also installing the hydro station. So the University of Iowa will be monitoring that. We have flyers back that we can hand out back at the shop because it's a little windy for that. But in essence, it's like a fancy weather station, and it monitors flood and drought forecasting and just future monitoring. So a couple things that it actually monitors. It monitors rainfall, wind speed and direction, soil moisture and temperature, and then also the shallow groundwater wells that we'll be installing with this as part of the structure that we're putting in. And then all of that data is actually uploaded to a website that the University of Iowa monitors or manages every 60 minutes, I believe. And then so you can check it out, but then Jim will also get monthly reports as far as what the hydro station is reporting. So it's just a good practice to kind of keep an eye on everything that's happening with the new project that we're doing for Jim's farm. So, is that it? Yeah, that's it. All right, thank you, everyone.
Yeah, so we'll be working with Jim for the next 3 years on this project and 4 other farmers throughout the Middle Cedar watershed. So we'll be sharing updates. The goal of the project is farmer-to-farmer outreach and communication. So, Jim's been such a great partner to work with. Literally every single time we approach Jim to work on something with us, I don't think he's ever told us no. So we just really appreciate that kind of growth mindset and that willing to test out new practices. Really just appreciate all of that. So who will I be handing the mic over to next? Back to Jim? All right.
While we are out here too, when we go back to the hay racks, if you look in the bean field, that cover crop, it was probably 24 to 28 inches tall at least. It was pretty tall. You can still see where the mat of the cover crop is still in the field. So it's something that, it's holding everything where it's supposed to be. And I don't know what our cost is of spraying this field. It's not very much. Now when you came down, you could see there's a couple water hemp. I think there was a milkweed, but I'm okay with that because of the cost savings that we have throughout the whole field. I don't know. I've got a question, though, for everyone. Did anybody notice anything on the way over through the path before we got to the farm? Oh, you know, because you're the one that called me.
No, I'm just filming.
That's my mom.
I saw alfalfa. That's one
There
thing I
was
saw.
corn leaning into the thing. We had cattle out. So that's
Oh.
called cattle flight. Yeah, they're a little fatter than deer, and when they come through, they crack that and they, yeah. So we were chasing cattle Friday night after that rain. So these were, when did we plant these beans? I think it was mid-May.
What
We
was,
had to wait. These are some of the last beans we planted.
what was the cover crop you had in there before the beans?
What was the cover crop into this field before beans was cereal rye.
Okay, thank you.